Alright guys, this is going to be Atamoya update number 4. That's how we're doing with the red Gefner. It's healing pretty nicely. Good growth. And then we got the Dream Atamoya right over here. Lisa Pride, good growth as well. And then behind there is the green Gefner. All doing super awesome. Anyways guys, it's not what this video is going to be about. Today I'm going to be doing the Jaboticaba update, guys. Someone made a request that I do a little update on the Jaboticaba, so I thought I use some of my free time right now to start showing you guys my Jaboticaba collection, my updated Jaboticaba collection, guys. Here are some of the other grapes that are pushing out now too. This is the red seedless. I'm trying to think of the best way to show you guys my Jaboticaba collection in my head right now, and try to prevent any confusion, because there's just so many of them that I don't know where to start, guys. I do not know how to start showing, because what I don't want to do is, you know, just start showing, oh, this is a red Jaboticaba, that's a blue Jaboticaba. I don't want to do that. It's kind of boring. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to make it more interesting for you guys. I think what I'm going to do, guys, is start going by ID. I think I should categorize them for you guys. Yeah, I think best way is to categorize them into specific species, and then that way we can kind of work our way into the many different variety within a specific species. So let's start with these two right here. Okay, they look very similar, right? Let me see if I can show you guys the leaf. Very similar leaves. This one's kind of big, this one's kind of narrow, but both of these guys are known as, the species is known as Filtranta, guys. This one is known as Brancavino of Otto Anderson, right here. This is one of his collection, Brancavino. It is a Filtranta. This one is also a Filtranta known as ESALQ. Now, if you should take anything away from my video today, guys, is basically to start collecting species, guys. Stay away from what I'm doing right now, which is collecting for the different varieties, because I am seeing a lot of people collecting varieties now, brand name varieties like the red crystal, the Taiwanese tigers. There's like a lot of fancy names that are floating around, and don't get me wrong, you know, there's definitely difference that are known in these different varieties. It's just that by the end of the day, what you're growing out is just basically a Filtranta. That's what it is. So my game plan for collecting Jaboticaba has recently changed, guys. I'm no longer collecting the different varieties anymore. I am now just collecting for the different species. It has to be different species for me to collect it. I'm no longer collecting like these different varieties anymore, like ESALQ, Brancavino of Otto Anderson. I mean, all of these are just, like I said, Filtranta. Now right over here, guys, is what I meant when I say I'm collecting a different species. This is known as Plinia inflata. This is a large mochi. It's a very big, large fruit. It's yellow, so it's definitely a different species right here. think I had this tree for about 2 years now. And then over here is another different species, which is known as Plinia oblongata, guys. Extremely fast growing. I think this is one of the fastest growing Jaboticaba out there. Not very famous here in the US, but it is very popular in Taiwan. Very popular rootstock in Taiwan right here. Azeta is the variety. Yeah, this variety is known as Azeta, guys. And then moving along, I believe this one is just another Filtrantha right here, guys. I gotta stop collecting Filtrantha. They all look the same at this point right now, guys. Filtrantha, this one is Charles Novak right here. This one is the Charles Novak. And then let me see if I can show you guys some more Filtrantha back here. Let me see if I can find some more Filtrantha back here for you guys. Nope, I lie. I think that is all of the Filtrantha that I'm able to spot out. There's probably more. I just can't find them right now, guys. So we're gonna skip that. Oh wait, nope, I lie. Here's the Filtrantha that I want to show you guys right here. So this is kind of like the exception to the rule right here, guys. This is an exception to the rule. This is known as Filtrantha branca right here. Notice how large the leaf is compared to the ESALQ, to the Branca Vino. But this is the exception to the rule right here. The fruit is actually it's green, and then you can eat it while it's green, which is not a very common trait of the Filtrantha. The Filtrantha tend to be very similar to the red Jaboticaba in the fact that they have red fruit when they are ready to be eaten. They have really thick skin, and they have really large seed as well. So this is definitely an exception to the rule right here when it comes to Filtrantha. Pretty large tree. I've had this tree for about 3 years now, so it should fruit any given day now, guys. Any given day. Again, very large leaf, guys. And then over here is another Filtrantha. Now this one, I don't remember what it is anymore, guys. It is a Filtrantha though. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but it is definitely labeled as a Filtrantha. I just don't know what it is. Had this one for about 3 years. Maybe when it starts fruiting, I can finally start to tell you guys what it is. But it is, yeah, the bark is peeling a lot for this one, so any given day now. Moving on, we are going to look at the next species on our list, guys. The next one on the list is going to be this one right here. This one is known as Plinia aureana, guys. Does it look like the Filtrantha branca white that I just showed you? Because if it does, you're correct. But it is definitely not a Filtrantha though, which is why this makes it so complicated to categorize and list these guys out when you start naming them. Because this is definitely not a Filtrantha right here. This is known as a costate Plinia aureana. And then back here, guys, these guys right here looks a lot like a Filtrantha, but they are known as Branca Mel, guys. Branca Mel, which is one of the largest fruiting for in the Oriana species. This is like a giant green Jaboticaba is what I'm gonna call it. You can eat them when they are green. And then I believe I do have one more variety of Oriana. The last one that I have for Oriana is this guy right here. This is known as Branca Lisa, guys. Branca Lisa. It is an Oriana. It looks so much like a red Jaboticaba, right? But it is an Oriana that I grew out since late 2021. Back here we have more Branca Vino, Filtrenta, and then some of these ones, I mean, I don't even know the species for them yet, guys. Like this one right here, Campo de Ramon. If you know what this belongs to, which species it belongs to, guys, help me out. Put a comment down below because I don't know what it is. It is named Campo de Ramon. I just don't know the specific species that it belongs to. It does have really beautiful leaves though. Salmon color like. Yeah, let's move on to, I've covered 2 species so far. Next one I'm gonna cover the Cauliflora, which is this one right here. Cauliflora. This one is very common here in the US. We are yeah, this one is actually very common here in the US. So this one is known as the Sabra, guys. Sabra belongs to Cauliflora, and most of the Cauliflora, they tend to be what is known as black Jaboticaba, guys. The fruit will turn black once it is ready to be eaten. And the Cauliflora, in rough translation, it just means flowering by the, like, you know, in the trunk of the tree. And I don't know why they named the species Cauliflora, because every other Jaboticaba tends to have the tendency of flowering and fruiting at the trunk. So I'm not really sure why that is, why the name Cauliflora. But this one is also another Cauliflora, guys. This one is an Otto Anderson Selection 1. This is also a black Jaboticaba, similar to the Sabra. The downside of most Cauliflora though is that it takes forever for these guys to fruit. I mean, you're looking at like 10 years, and I've even heard some people have to even wait for like 20 years for it to give fruit. So extremely slow growing type of tree when it comes to the Cauliflora species. Continuing with the Cauliflora, guys, this one is Cauliflora also. This one is known as Otto Anderson Selection 2. Okay, there's Otto Anderson Selection 1, and then there's Otto Anderson Selection 2, which is why, you know, going back to my main point that I'm trying to make for this video, don't collect the varieties anymore, guys. Just find one really good species, and then that should be good enough. Don't be like me and start collecting every single variety out there, because it feels like they're just growing out the same tree at this point, in my own opinion. But this is Otto Anderson Selection 2 right here, and I believe this one's the Otto Anderson Selection 1 as well. Oh, let me see. I believe I'm missing one. I believe there is another cauliflora that it should be on my list. Okay, yep, here it is. So this one is also another collection from Otto Anderson. This is known as Atsu Paulista, guys. Atsu Paulista. I looked it up. I did confirm this, guys. This is definitely a cauliflora. So similar to Otto Anderson Selection 1, similar to the Sabra, even though it looks a lot more like a red Jaboticaba, guys. Has very large leaves, but I did confirm it. This is actually a cauliflora. It's gonna end up having a black Jaboticaba fruit. And what's amazing about this variety right here, or this species right here, is that this one, unlike the other cauliflora, this variety right here, the Atsu Paulista, is known to be very quick to bear fruit. It can fruit within 4 to 6 years, and it can start producing fruit for you. Unlike the other cauliflora, which will take 10, 20 years, the Atsu Paulista will have a quicker fruiting time. Let's see, what else am I missing? So I've already covered Filtranta, Oriana, cauliflora. Next one on the list, guys. Next one is going to be the Trunxiflora. I only have 2 variety of Trunxiflora. This is a regular Trunxiflora that was not given any name. And Trunxiflora, guys, it basically means that the common trait of a Trunxiflora, it should have a very long peduncle attached to the fruit. When it start growing out the fruit, it's gonna have a very long peduncle to hold on to that fruit. It's still gonna grow out at the trunk here, but it's just, that's the common trait for it, a very long peduncle. This one is also a Trunxiflora. The variety is known as Capinho Cafe. Very similar to one another, guys. Practically they're like looking the same thing, but that's what I bought. Most of my seeds are from James Farwell. Here's just another cauliflora right here. This one is Otto Anderson Selection right here. And then over here, here's another variety of oblongata, guys. This one is, like I said, it's very common in Taiwan, known as the azeda. A little bit sour when it comes to this variety right here, the azeda. See if what else am I missing as far as species goes. Okay, here we go. I did miss one, guys. So this one is known, the species is known as Coronata. Coronata, Plinia coronata. Variety is known as Hashtenga, guys. And what makes a coronata? A coronata is basically the name itself. Coronata, crown. There's gonna be like a little crown at the bottom of the fruit. It's like a crowning effect on the fruit. So that's why they nicknamed this one the Coronata. Variety is known as the Hashtenga. Yeah, Hashtenga. Another variety under the Coronata is this one right here. Notice how they are very similar in leaf as well. That sharp teardrop right there, guys. This one is known as the long peduncle. Very confusing. It will have a long peduncle at the end of the fruit, and as well as the crown at the bottom of the fruit, which makes it a Coronata species. And then right over here is another variety. of Coronata, known as Valpreso, guys. Valpreso, this one is 2021 as well. That's when I put down the seed, guys, at the end of 2021. Strange thing about this Coronata though is that it doesn't have that common leaf that you see with the Hashtanga. The leaf is very different for some reason. Here's a better Hashtanga for you guys right here. Also a Coronata right here. And the last one that I will probably go over with you guys is the red Jaboticaba, guys, which is this one. It is flowering. That's the fruit right there. Hopefully it will hold, guys. It did flower for me back in February. None of the flower hold fruit. It flowered again recently this month, April. So I'm hoping it will finally learn how to hold on to the fruit. But this is a red Jaboticaba right here, guys. Now, red Jaboticaba, a lot of you will think that, hey, this is a red Jaboticaba, so it belongs to the Filtranta species, right? It's actually not a Filtranta, guys. This is a hybrid between a Oriana with a Califlora, if I'm correct. So it is definitely, it has nothing to do with the Filtranta. The skin is definitely not thick. At least we will see if the skin was thick or not. But if it is a very true red Jaboticaba, it should not have a thick skin. Thick skin is a trait from the Filtranta, guys. Thick skin, larger seed. But yep, that should complete my overview of all of the Jaboticaba that I'm currently growing out right now. Oh wait, I lied. This one is another unusual species that I recently picked up. Plinia edulis, guys. Looks very much like Plinia inflata, but it's a little bit smaller. It's more round. So we'll see how this one tastes later on, guys. Very beautiful looking leaf though. Let's see, did I miss anything else here? Nope, I believe that should cover it, guys. I hope you enjoy the quick overview of all of the Jaboticaba and how well they are doing. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Till next time, guys.